Today we are speaking about how racing games have become repetitive and dull, and why it might not change. We can all agree on one thing, and that is the old games were a lot better. But why is that exactly? You could probably think of any title that has been around for more than 10 years and say that those games back there were in fact a lot better than the releases we're getting today. But that also makes us question why these games have lost its meaning. These kind of questions are very hard to answer because how different people view things. Different industries go through different changes all the time, and this also includes racing games. But why should a game change when the current way already works very well? It's because all companies want to expand their brand as much as possible, and that comes with a risk. For an example, we have EA, who let go of making street racing games like Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005, which was arguably one of the best Need for Speeds ever made. This happened because of things getting too repetitive, with street racing games getting released every year from 2003 to 2008. And so this change becomes inevitable and obvious of them to do at the time. They also did this to expand and make games that everyone would enjoy rather than sticking only to one genre. Which is why Need for Speed games has seen so many changes in its lifetime. By doing this, not only makes them market all types of racing games, but also becomes an advertisement for their brand. The more EA logos they have on different types of games, the better. This is the perspective that most company owners have, and I think most people do not agree with their perspective, including me. Because of trends and other things going on in the world, the companies also need to change with them. But exactly what made the racing games change so drastically in 2008? The iPhone was released in 2007 and changed the way we use our phones, and the gaming industry, which nobody saw coming. With phones being equipped with better components, it could handle more complexly made games, which spawned a new platform. This was revolutionary at the time because almost everyone had a phone, which means that availability will be far greater. This also meant that the demand for smartphone games skyrocketed and made gaming companies switch focus to the new platform, which included EA. This way they would be reaching a lot more customers because of iPhone users having a wider age group as well. These researches done in 2001 shows that more people from the age group 40 and up use rather phones than consoles in the USA. And the reason why I'm using the USA as an example is because of most people gaming being from that country. A whole 90% of Americans play games on their phones, which really shows how big the market is. But what it brought with it was nothing but bad for us racing game fans. Why, do you ask? Well, smartphone games are very simplistic and they must be done this way to appeal to as many people as possible, and because of them not being as powerful as consoles. This also means that most people who play these games are more appealed to easy pick up and play games, which of course changes the way the racing games are made to be more appealing to everyone, which is a huge problem. But what is also an issue is how they promote or hype a console game nowadays. How many times have you heard games like Forza Horizon say, "We have the biggest car list," or "We have the biggest interactive map we've ever created"? Since when was it cool to have a big ass map and the car list with half of them being boring or a convertible version of another car? The quality of content has been completely thrown out the window to make video games easy to pick up and play. It's all about marketing and making sure that as many people as possible get to see their games and what they have improved. The more the better mentality has been pushed extremely hard, which it should not. Everything we see being promoted is just an illusion to the reality we get when we buy the game for $69.99. Promoting is nothing bad, don't get me wrong, but overdoing it is very obnoxious and stupid. The thing is, these publishers can't just say in defense, "But we are doing what you asked for, why are you mad, bro?" Because it's not done well, deal with it. The longer they keep ignoring, the more complaints they will get. That's just the way it is. The sad part is, I don't think they will be changing at all. Let me tell you why. These publishers don't care about our opinions. Why? Because whatever we say, there will always be somebody that buys the games. That's how big the gaming industry is, and it's only going to get bigger. The gaming industry reached $155 billion in the year 2020. And in the year 2025, they are predicting that it will grow over than $260 billion. If EA lost the Need for Speed franchise, guess what? They have Battlefield and FIFA, which are far more popular anyways. We are clearly just not as important anymore. And not all buyers will watch this video for an example. Hell, I probably might just get a couple of hundred views, maybe a couple of thousand views if I'm lucky, but to you guys that are listening, thank you. And not because you watched my video until this point, which I'm still thankful for by the way, but that's not the point, but for caring about something that I do too, and because we all deserve a lot better. This is not just a huge problem for the racing game genre, but the whole industry is suffering because of this. But how do we fix this? How do we fix an issue as big as this with fans not having much power in this at all? Let me tell you. Every problem has its solutions, but sometimes it can take a very long time. There is really no way to tackle these multi-million-dollar publishers unless we put real pressure on them. And I know this might sound a bit ambitious, but we don't really have anything else right now. Okay, but how do we do this? Start off by sharing this video on Reddit, TikTok, Facebook, or whatever platform that you use, so that as many as people can see this video and be informed about this issue. You right now watching this video, yes, you right there, you can respond to this video for an example if you want to. If you feel like I missed out on something, or you may have another opinion on how we fix this, do it. If you do not want to put that kind of time down, or you just don't have the kind of time, comment on this video of what your thoughts were, or start a conversation on forums like Reddit for an example about this. We need as many people as possible to speak about this, because that's all we can do right now. Be patient, don't buy a game if you don't really have a reason to, if you know that the game will produce the same shit year in, year out. Wait it out, see if it is good, and see how other people respond to that game. Most people already do this, but there are those who buy games only for them to having it the case sitting in the dust after 7 hours of gameplay, which is just unnecessary. This is unfortunately not a quick fix, but I think that there still is a future if we all work together. And that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.